Welcome, Tacticus friends. Sly Marbo reporting in. Another edition of this week's friend referral. Thank you. Refer a friend. If you haven't yet used your code, get 100 Blackstone by entering mine. Pig-53-Lamb. And join the ranks of folks like Red Blur 13, Dorn Rogel, Black Ivory, Alchemy, Klodovich, and more. There are many special friends that have reached the highest ranks of Warhammer Tacticus, including many members of my guild. For example, Lionel Johnson, nearly power level 50. What a roster he has. Here's another friend that I recently saw in my tournament arena and lost to his top lineup. It didn't matter that he sandbagged with the bug. Way to go, Ian. So, join the ranks of Whamburglar, Earl, Gnomish, Overlord, The Richest, L-Tip, Dr. Mortarian, Curvash, Ronan, Killer Bee, Necron Guy, Urban Moose, Noodles, Billy the Kid, Nacho, My Mom's Phone, Robo Crade, Dadaroo, ADG, Quick Cause, Isha, Saturn 9, Klodovich, and many more. Your rewards for upgrading your characters come directly to me. Once you reach power level 25, I get a free 10 drop, which helps me further progress in the game and to continue to create these valuable videos with your favorite Tacticus content. Now, I'd like to take a look at the Orks. The Orks need some serious overhauling because the only thing they have going for them is the Hefe, Boss Gogorks, and his Wog, which gives all the Orks +1 movement and gives them an extra hit and does extra damage in the attack. They are, like many other bands, one-hit wonders with the Wog. It must be used and timed appropriately, or otherwise you're going to miss your shot. Now, the Orks mostly do projectile and chain damage, but some of them do physical, and I think he even does some direct damage. Killer Clan will reduce your armor. No, looks like just all physical. Yep. Physical damage leaves a lot to be desired, as it only has a 1% pierce ratio. So that means you have to do way more damage than your opponent's armor, or you're just gonna bounce. Now, as you can see, most of my Orks aren't dressed, as I swap my equipment around as needed to make sure that I have it ranked at the highest level possible. And so they're missing their crit stats, but their naked stats, as you can see, Snotflogger would bounce off of himself. 666 damage, 666 armor. physical damage, 1% pierce, he would take 6 damage, maybe 7 damage from himself. That's gonna be a long fight. 474 damage won't even scratch his 541 armor. Killer Can is about the only person who could take himself out. This one has a crit weapon attached, so you can see with his crit ratio, he has a chance of maybe doing 400 damage to himself. Once again, unimpressive tank smasher. At the beginning stages of the game, don't get me wrong, the Orks are strong, but as you get into late game, their abilities and powers wane off, and they stand really no chance against an equally powered foe. As you can see, Boss Golgort's 5-star gold 1, a 3-star gold 1 Shozel, who happens to be equipped, is higher power than him. Not by much. But you're dealing with a 5-star legendary versus a 3-star legendary. They're both gold 1. Seems to me that a 5-star boss should be way more powerful than a 3-star Shozel. Even if I went and put some equipment on him, I don't think it's going to change his power that much. He might overpower Shozel just a little bit. Moves him up ahead of even Yarrick. Yarrick's not dressed. They're neck and neck in power. As you can see, even Silver 2 Orks aren't near as powerful as Silver 1 Elves, Imperial, Tau, Chaos. Even with the same number of stars. A 4-star Silver 2 Give-A-Scraps is less powerful than a 4-star Silver 1. Hazriel just goes to show you. And then look, Tank Smasher pulling it in at the bottom, just barely over Certus, who's at the bottom of the originals list. The OG, the Silver March complete. Got 3 new recruits that need to finish the Silver March. And then obviously a lot of grinding, a lot of farming left to do, but not a lot of energy to do it. Spending my energy trying to get upgrades. Right now, working on a gold 1 is my priority for Parkin. D9. Only need 3 and 9 is 12 more of those Warp Touch Eye of Horuses, and then I'll have a gold 1 Parkin, which my original idea was to have a gold 1 in each faction, which so far I'm pretty much there. Need a gold 1 Death Guard. Thousand Suns is lacking, Dark Angels, and Tyranids. The new recruits, like I like to call them. Death Guard's been around a while, but slow grinding Malladus to gold 1. And I think I'm going to get Corrodus to gold 1 before I do Malladus, actually, but I haven't fully decided on that yet. My Thaddeus Noble is seriously lacking, needs some attention. he should be promoted to Gold 1. Jane Czar, of course. Any legendary. On She. And of course Revas. Can't leave home without Revas being Gold 1. And I sure would like to get Sarkwell up there, but he's got a long way to go. $30,000 coins to forge enough orbs, and at least one more onslaught. Can't farm for him anywhere yet in a campaign, as one doesn't exist, but I'll have enough on my next Imperial Onslaught. It should give me enough to have enough shards anyway. Sarkwell's Overwatch is overpowered with his plasma, especially if he has the high ground. He's just gonna kill people. Synaptic Imperative is moving forward slowly, about halfway to get the 195. That 200 or so will put me at 465, and then need another 100 points from that mission down there to put me over the 550. That 550 will give me one more chest with only 32 or 33 shards. I'll be 9 shards, 6 shards shy of a red star. How disappointing. This character has been so disappointing. I don't really see as to his usefulness. I feel like he is not going to be moving around much in my roster, so to speak. Except for what's required of him to be used in quests and so forth. I don't see anything happening with him until maybe a campaign comes along 6 months, a year down the road, if we're lucky. So the Orks are my biggest complaint, because I purchased the Orc package and now I'm sitting on some Orcs that I can't rake up because I need 120 legendary orbs to do so. And I really can't see spending all these legendary orbs on Xenos that do physical damage that doesn't really hold up in either arenas or in onslaughts or guild raids or even salvage runs. The Orcs aren't that impressive in, so I'd rather pass on them, which I'm sad to say because I'm a big fan of the Orc faction. It's too bad they don't have anything going for them, really. I think that Snowprint needs to take into consideration that they're supposed to be stronger than Space Marines and maybe make their damage either more damaging or more piercing, perhaps. I'm not sure which way to make it work out for their favor, but I feel like their Orcs are seriously lacking. It's going to be tough to get them all to gold, having that in the back of my mind, when I could be spending those resources and time on the Eldar, or the Tau, or now the Tyranids, or the Necrons even. So, Snowprint, we have a long way to go to address this orb situation, because the amount of Xeno factions and Xeno orbs I'm lacking. I'm not the only one in the galaxy. If you found this video to be useful or helpful or engaging, please don't hesitate to leave a comment on the Facebook where you saw it shared, or like and subscribe, as I'm trying to test my hand at becoming a content creator for Snowprint. They want to see a number of videos and a number of people watching, and so I have to get those numbers up, and that means you have to participate too. So I'm going to continue to try to create engaging videos with you and go over some information that I find relevant, and maybe you'll find it relevant too, and will help me by completing the friend request if you haven't already done so, entering my friend referral code Fig53Lamb, and see you next time. Sly Marbo signing out.